at this footage. This rocket doesn't even look real, by the way. I'm not saying they didn't launch a rocket.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top, allumage et décollage VV05.
Not denying rocket launches by all these space agencies. But again, these rockets do not go into space. Okay, it's just a Hollywood movie where they show again a real rocket
Tous les paramètres à bord sont normaux.
And after a certain point, take a look at what you're going to see here.
Moving through the clouds, off like a shot. You saw Vega rise like an arrow, surprisingly fast if you're used to watching Ariane 5.
Acquisition de la télémesure lanceur par la station de Saint-Jean-du-Maroni.
My friend Guido here pumped his fist in the air when he saw her rise. Were you aware you were doing that? That's terrific. Those of you who were following the Ariane flights know that the heavier launcher rises much more slowly. The DDO is saying everything's normal. Ariane 5 weighs over 6 times what Vega does, carries 4 times as much propellant. She lifted off perfectly.
This is the whole entire concept.
The 5th mission in her young career. She weighs now liftoff 136 tons. They call her the light launcher, but she's not really as light as all that. 136 tons after all.
Turn on the volume of this guy here now. With this entire concept here, let me back up here 1 second to this spot where all these launches with these rockets, they just, again, crash into the ocean. And after the fact, as I played many times before, these space shuttles supposedly coming in for a landing. They're nothing more than airplanes. Supposedly no jet fuel after being launched into space, falling out of the sky like a rocket. You can tell this is no glider coming in for landing. This is an airplane. And you have your chaser planes that follow along to basically make that they blend the jet engine sound on the chaser planes, but it's coming from the space shuttle itself. Here's your chaser plane. Now, as I showed before as well, again for reference, this is the launch of SpaceX. Sped up the footage. And again, I'm not saying this is not a real launch. They definitely do not go into outer space. See the arc? It's not going around the supposed ball Earth. It's just, again, an expensive bottle rocket that crashes into the ocean. Look at it as it loses steam. Okay, look at this. It's like a dud firework. It's coming crashing down. Don't tell me. Look at this. Just take a look at that. Okay, you really believe? Look at it. Look at the exhaust. Okay, this is where it's coming to its end, crashing into the ocean. And again, you see the flat ocean, sea level, and there's all your hopes and dreams of space travel up in smoke. And so I showed this before as well. Back in 2013, the supposed Chinese moon landing with a probe. Again, space might be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. In this case, in a Chinese basement. What a complete joke. This is barely covered by the Western media because it was so poorly done. It's a complete embarrassment.
It landed on the moon. Tom Lee is on the moon. The first
There's people clapping over CGI garbage.
Is on the surface of our celestial neighbor, the moon.
Yeah, right.
Chang'e has landed.
Yeah, landed.
Looking very stable. It seems that Chang'e is in good shape. Everything is perfect until now.
Until now.
This is the first Chinese vehicle to land on a celestial body.
Yeah, right. Now, you see the Chang and the E3. You flip the E over, you get your 33. This is why they have that little separation there. Now watch these goofs.
This is still the landing camera that is working on the onboard the probe.
Now these guys here, they're celebrating. They're laughing their butts off. You know it's a big joke.
Engineers have congratulated
these guys.
On the success.
It's the world
of the landing of lunar probe.
The world, basically, these world leaders. All these countries are working as one They're all Masons
this time
deceiving the world.
They put their time
These
and
guys are laughing
energy
their butts off.
into this mission, and they have been working years to make this happen. And now...
And again, people go look this up. I'm sure the 99% out there, they never seen this, never heard about it, because it was, of course, it was so bad. I mean, it's beyond embarrassing. Look at this. I mean, they're not fooling anybody. That's why, again, they didn't show this in the Western media. CNN covered this for a tiny bit. Okay, they talked about it, but very little, very little. Now, again, you had the European Space Agency, as I shown earlier, doing this bogus launch in this CGI garbage, and then you have SpaceX with all your hopes and dreams crashing into the ocean, and then you had this garbage Chinese moon landing, and now you have Russia. They're partaking in this as well. Again, the world's a stage. Look at this. All you need is a little animation by CNN.
What they might possibly be able to,
that's all you need.
The most audacious effort to do that.
Very audacious.
Is an outfit called MereReentry.com.
If you watch this with Miles O'Brien, he's laughing his butt off through this whole entire thing. He has the biggest smile on his face. I'm not going to play the whole thing. It runs for about an hour. Stop here. Now, here's the actual supposed re-entry of Mir to Earth. Shown this before. It's a complete joke. Look at the angle. It's coming. It's basically nothing more than rockets launched off a battleship or whatnot. Just take a look at this. You really believe this is coming from space? You can look this up yourself. CNN released this footage. And people buy this. Unbelievable. We live in such a dumbed down society. If you put on TV, the masses will just lap it up and believe it. Why would they lie to us, they say? Again, you don't understand how these people work. Keeping you dumbed down, distracted, it keeps them in power. I mean, it's a complete joke. To end this video, to conclude, this is where it supposedly landed debris. Now look at this guy here. This guy's pointing. That means it must be real. Look, he's pointing. He's pointing right where it supposedly landed. So it must be true. So it all comes down to the world deceived. You have people getting back to Daniel Tosh doing the Masonic sign, part of the deception as well. And people are not going to get it because, again, they've been born into the lie system, and they cannot escape. They're too far down a path of lies to basically admit, you know what, I've been fooled, I've been bamboozled, and I can't believe I've been lied to. Nope. They can deny all the truth I'm speaking. One thing for sure, you cannot debunk it. You cannot debunk, everything I've pretty much said here during this presentation. You want to try it? Good luck. Good luck specifically. I mean, pretty much every aspect, but specifically, like I just covered, with this news story, with the drought in California. Defying gravity, getting water to go uphill, and somehow, there's obviously hills going. If you go all the way through all these 10 states, there's going to be hills. You never see water travel up a hill. But again, there's going to be those